Tervetuloa ystävät takaisin Hogwarts Legacyn pariin. Viime jaksossa löysimme salaisuuksien kirjan, tai mikä kirja nyt olikaan, mutta sen löysimme. Nyt on tarkoitus sitten jatkaa kohti uusia haasteita, ja kuinka tätä peliä taas pelattiinkaan. Siis tää on ihan naurettavaa, että mä unohdan ihan saman tien, kuinka tätä pelataan. Siis miten se on mahdollista? Älä nyt juokse noin perkeleesti. Pelasin Last of Usia tossa, ja se on kyllä huomattavasti rauhallisempi ohjattavuudeltaan kuin tämä peli. Täytyy mennä tonne. Mitä tuolla noin ylhäällä on? Okei, mähän meni heti vikasuuntaan. Mennään tänne takaisin. Shit! Rupee pyörryttään, kun kattelee tollain. Tänne. Onneksi tossa on toi waypointti. Vittu mä en löytäis täältä kyllä, anteeksi, en löytäis kyllä mitään. Return to Professor siis ihan oikeesti. Kling, 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 kling. Return to Professor Fig Glassroom. Lasihuoneeseen, ei kun class. La 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 lillaluu. Joo, no niin. Kaunista musiikkia, asento kiitos, kiitos. Paljon sulle, mennään tänne. Moikku vaan sullekin. Tää juoksee kuin Usain Bolt selkä suorassa. Sitten mennään odottamaan taas tähän, noin. Hyvä. Take the book to Professor Fig. Yes, I will.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Fig. You have a visitor.
Nyt vasta huomasit.
See what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
Oh yes, indeed.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Joo, kyllä.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section, as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear.
Oh dear, voi peura.
Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive, Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
In the second, they were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
Of
I
course.
understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Joo, joko nyt saatais se luuta. Ois niinku oikeesti kiva päästä tutkiin tätä. Complex. Professor Fig, as if my schedule wasn't congested enough, the ministry has started me with an arranging your... I know. New quest is available. I will post herbology class. No mennään sinne. No mun pitää nyt mennä. Kaikki haluaa nähdä mut. Mä menen tonne herbology classille. I think it's fair enough for me. Onpas hieno paikka tämäkin. Greenhouse, Flue Flames. Kokeillaan tätä.
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class.
How wonderful
A little
indeed.
treat for your auntie.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then,
Mukavan näköisiä
today we will be
kasveja.
acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Ajattelepa ite, jos revittäis tukasta.
Take your mandrake in the new form and catch out the soil! The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
Splendid.
Now for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word.
I wonder if hippogriffs...
Tiiduuriduuri. Noniin, moikku.
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged
Ärsyttää
for you
olla
to
vähän
have
näin
your
hyvä
potting
oppilas,
table
kyllä.
here in the classroom.
Oi hyvänen
Wasn't
aika.
easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or rose.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora. The Chinese chomping cabbage.
Chinese chomping
Some
cabbage.
plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron.
Cauldron.
The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you.
Kiva, kiitos.
Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Saw you on your way to
Hello,
Hogsmeade
Leander
the other day.
Privet.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Kiva.
Leander.
Joo,
I'll
kiva,
be showing
kiitti.
you the
Mennään.
Chinese
Let's go.
That's work in defense against the
I don't
dark
have all
arts, by the
day.
way.
I want my broom to fly
Excuse me?
with. Come
Your
on.
duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright. Here we
Ärsyttävä
are.
jutella mun kanssa.
Home of the Chinese. Go on.
What are you?
Those cabbages. Just mind your fingers. Look at that.
Ai, noi.
On anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Vicious little bastards, aren't they?
Melko hieno.
My kind of
Hieno
plants.
kaali.
Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Mitäs tossa oli? Niitä kannattaa varmaan keräillä. Tää on kyllä hieno paikka.
And with that helpful reminder,
Anteeksi, tänne.
always wear our dragonhide gloves. I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Klopp.
I attended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Oh yes, I will not.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Mandrakes, Questia tosta tulille. Girl from Ouagadougou. No nyt mennään sinne. The girl from Ouagadougou.
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident?
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both
Menin sitten tälle näköjään tälle
intellect.
Potions classille, enkä sille nädin juttu, sille jotain tapahtui taas tossa ja mä perinteitteni mukaan kämmäsin jotain.
Why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even
Amitta
heal
Kaar.
a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your
Tuohan nämä
own.
potionitkin tärkeitä juttuja.
You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. You must stir your cauldron in the correct direction. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Se on tarkkaa hommaa.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in
Vähän ärsyttää olla näin hyvä,
you'd
mutta ei
also
se
do
mitään.
well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients.
My own
Some can be
ingredients.
harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Oh yeah.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after...
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Olenhan
Olenhan kuitenkin täyden kympin oppilas.
You won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Sharp won't even miss it.
No. Mä oon vähän tämmönen höynäytettävä kyllä. I get you a feather. En mä edes tunne tota
I've
tyyppiä.
enough to worry about collecting the ingredients he wants me to get. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I understand. I'll sort something else out.
Mistäs mä nyt sitten... Mistä mä nyt sitten keräilen niitä helvetin munosia? Varmaan sieltä toimistosta. Tämä loppu ohjaimesta patteri tossa. Otin kumminkin! Indigo Sorcerer Hat. Mistä mä semmosen saan päälleni? Oh yeah! Ai, mulla on hieno hattu, lalala. Kellänen on hienoa hattua kuin mulla.
Precision is, should you chop the Dittany or crush it?
Pistetään tota ja...
Loss of your eyebrows.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening?
Tässä mun odottaa siis toi.
Wait, it's not supposed to...
Brewing time. Mitä helvettiä siellä tapahtuu?
Dragon done! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again.
Return to Professor Sharp.
I brewed an Edorus potion as you asked, Professor.
Glad you managed to stay on task. Not every class is so eventful. I saw Mr. Weasley speaking with you earlier. He can be quite persuasive. Glad you managed to resist. You've done well today. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact
otin silti sen höyhenen.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves.
Tylypahkan huijarimestari.
Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often
Mestari-Huijari.
essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. And you can keep that Fwupper feather. This time.
Come on.
That will be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Hei, kaveri.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror.
My robes are going to reek from Gareth's inspiration.
Hei, pitäisikö meidän nyt käydä sen Nattyn juttu sillä? Mä luulen, että nyt se on niinku... Se on nyt tärkeä homma. Meet Natty. Kun olisi se luuta, niin pääsis lentään sinne, mutta kun ei ole. Sekin on niin hankalaa. Miksi mä saa sitä? Mistä se saa? Mun täytyy vähän selvittää, että olisiko sillä mahdollista jo niinku saada se luuta, en tiedä. Tiedätkö mikä auttaisi mua hirvittävästi tähän mun pelihommaan, niin olisi se, että te tilaisitte tätä kanavaa, saatais tätä yhdessä kasvatettua, ja sitten mulla jäisi paljon enemmän aikaa, ja mihin mä oon nyt juoksemassa? Mulla jäisi paljon enemmän aikaa pelata näitä videopelejä. Kiitos yhteistyöstänne, arvon ihmiset. Joo, sieniä. Pääseehän niilläkin tietysti lentämään, jos niitä tarpeeksi syö. Mitä nämä on? I have no moonstone. Aivan. En mä nyt ois tänne löytänyt ikinä. Ilman karttaa tai waypointtia. Waypoint. Pääsisimme varmaan oikaseenkin, mutta me ollaan 10 oppilaita ja me mennään tietä pitkin. Miksi se nätti on niin nyt näin kaukana nännykkäiset, näppyläiset? Pyörähdin paikalle.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so.
Ehkä ei.
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Se voi olla vaarallista, nädi.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
Oh yes, I will. Ja nyt mulla on niitä kaaleja tossa, millä mä voi heitellä sitten porukkaa. Mitäs questeja mulla mahtaa olla? Okei, mutta siis se on vielä päällä. Miksi ihmeessä?
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
Wakadu. Mennään kattoo, mitä täällä tapahtuu. Ei noille voi tehdä mitään.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a dox's nip back your time.
Aiheutetaan Rockwoodille
Speak of the devil.
vähän lisäharmia.
Would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
You're gonna have to stop that. I don't have all day.
Very nice! No niin, ja Rockwood itse saatan. Ei olekaan kuin Ashwinder Duelist. Ashwinder!
You're nowhere to hang on. We can hold them off.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You'll take the student out of my state, buddy!
Otas sut sitten seuraavaksi tänne. Noin! Hahaha, mofo! What the fucking shit, missä on Ashwinder? Where is the fucking Ashwinder?
Stop that right now.
Yeah, on Ashwinder. Come on here, you Ashwinder. Ai se kuoli. No niin hyvä.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two
Excellent.
Ashwinders were ready
Very
to
good.
dispatch
Thank you
me
very much.
to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and
Ashwinder.
extortioners, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but
Se Ashwinder vähän niin kuin Myrkkylehdessä oli aikanaan se lentävä perse.
You've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin?
How extraordinary,
The
indeed.
very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret.
Oho.
No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly
Versatile herb. Versatile
I had just
herb.
arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you...
Joo, kiitos.
I brought a trunk chock full of mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here.
Mä nyt moikku, moikku moi, kiva nähdä, moikku. Mitä vittua, apua, ei.
Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Okei, hyvä.
Revelio.
Miksi?
Incendio.
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Kyllä vaan, keksin tämän aivan itse. Okei, keksin. Yes, hyvä.
Merlin's beard, how beautiful! What a day, I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research.
Kiitos.
My guess is that each will also require mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of...
Sitten käydään tuossa arkulla vielä ja sitten tää voisi olla siinä. Missä se on? Tässä.
I never thought Ramrock's loyalists would go this far.
Tuolla, piilossa.
Greetings, young Slytherin. Scrope knows about the old book you found for Professor Fig. Scrope can help you. And you can help Scrope get to the courtyard past the pendulum. If you don't know it, you'll see it easy enough. And don't tell anyone what you're up to. Especially Professor Black.
Okei, siinä saatiin hyvät ohjeet seuraavaa tehtävää varten, joka jatkuu seuraavassa jaksossa. Otan myös vähän selvää, mistä sen luudan saa. Palaamme seuraavassa jaksossa. Kiitos, moi!